know how I feel about it. I was on Amazon. You know what I mean? I buy my purchase. I buy a day card today. Dad's got one. Where's my girl at? Yeah, the babysitter. I love her. Yeah, she is something. Is she talking better? Yeah. I have to bring her
Let us get started. I'd like to ask Jan Mansfield, who is the state director, I think, of the chapter relations for the ABE, to come and give us a brief. Jan, are you here?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jan Mansfield. I work with the Anderson Black Expo chapter, and I represent us on the state board as a state representative. I want to welcome you all this afternoon to our annual corporate luncheon. I'm so excited about the people that we're going to recognize today because in one way or another, they have represented Anderson well in their field of journalism. I also was called to introduce a man that needs no introduction, I think, Mr. Primus Mutri. He is also a journalist in his own right. And just brief bio, Mr. Mutri attended Northern Illinois University, Chicago State, and Northeastern Illinois University, as well as DePaul University, achieving degrees up to his master's degree. He's a weekly opinion columnist for the Anderson Herald Bulletin and a widely traveled father of three children and husband of one wife, Carol. At this time, I'm going to turn it back over to our MC for the afternoon, Mr. Primus.
Thank you, Jan. I was in Chicago about a month ago and had the opportunity to see Dick Gregory, the comedian. I'm sure you've all heard of him. And he's in his monologue and he says that he tells a packed house that he had been married for 56 years. And the house just burst into applause. He said, wait a minute. I didn't say I've been happy for 56 years. And so we have our ups and downs, but the day is an up. And as Jan said, we're here to honor some very special people. Bringing you greetings from the city of Anderson is Honorable Mayor Kevin Smith. Mayor.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor following such a leading journalist as you are, Primus. Read your comments regularly in the Herald Bulletin. I think it's great that we still have a local newspaper report on local issues. Welcome, all of you, on behalf of all the citizens of Anderson, Indiana. I appreciate you being here. And I really want to say with a great deal of sincerity, I think you need to really acknowledge the hard work and the dedication and the commitment to this city, to Anderson, Indiana, by the entire executive board, Judy and Bruce, Deborah, Vita, Jan, Marilyn, Carolyn, Lucretia, Charlie, Turner, Kenny, and Daniel. Please give them a round of applause. And I say that because they are absolutely dedicated to the city of Anderson, and they're dedicated to this community, and they're dedicated to the future of this city. They make a lot of tough decisions. They have benevolence in their heart. They believe in an entire community. They believe in the citizens of Anderson and all of you, so we appreciate that a great deal. You know, the Expo is absolutely important to the city of Anderson. It really is. The Expo allows us as a community to take a great deal of pride and joy in all the array of offerings that we have here. All the people, all the talents, all the backgrounds. And it's an important part of Anderson. It's an important part that we remember not only for today, but tomorrow. This is Anderson, a collection of people from different backgrounds, different walks in life, and different faiths. And so we applaud all of you for being here today and supporting that effort. I'd also like to point out one last thing. Anderson Television is here today, and the students from Anderson High School that are running that, please raise your hands. They're hidden by the phone. So you can tune in to Channel 18 or Channel 99 on Universe and watch this event. It's telecast to all the people in Anderson. And finally, I would like the folks that are here from the city of Anderson, please raise your hands where you're at. I appreciate you being involved, dedication year after year. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mayor Smith. Let's give him another hand, please. And I'd like to ask Pastor Moorhead to come and give us an invitation.
Do you need a drink up here? You guys need a drink? I'm all right now. Thank you, though.
Good morning. I greet you this morning in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Psalm 133 says, "Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to dwell together in unity. It's like the precious ointment on the hair that ran down the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garment." Would you pray with me this morning? Most gracious and loving and divine Father, we thank you for this gathering of your people here in unity and in oneness of purpose. You have blessed us in so many ways. You woke us up this morning and you started us on our way, and you allowed us to see the beginning of a brand new day. You have protected us over the highways and byways and allowed us to find safe passage to this place of fellowship, this place of honor, and this place of celebration. We thank you for the Indiana Black Expo organization and for the rich history and the many years of dedicated service that it has rendered to not only this community, but this entire state. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for the leadership of this organization, for men and women who, through careful planning and preparation and prayer, have made this gathering possible. We thank you for the Anderson honorees, the journalists who have made significant contributions in their field of endeavor. Their gifts and talents speak well of them, and for that we give you praise. They have become outstanding men and women and models, not just for the city of Anderson, but for the entire state of Indiana and beyond. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for having watched over them and protected them in what might be some stressful and maybe even sometimes of dangerous work that they perform on a very, very critical and exciting experience. We pray for the speaker of the hour. God, we ask that you would bless her in a very special way. Thank you for her willingness to come and to be a vital part of this occasion. We acknowledge city leaders, the mayor and others. We acknowledge parents and loved ones, friends and neighbors of the honorees, those who have come to share in this time of well-deserved recognition. Finally, Lord, we thank you for the food, the hands that have prepared it, the bodies that will receive it, that you might receive praise and glory. In your precious name I pray. Amen.
It's based on the quality of the programs, the number of active members in the chapter, and the overall movement toward the goals and mission of Black Expo. And so with that, Jan asked me to let you know that if you're not a member, you can easily become a member. There are application forms at the front tables. The fee is almost painless. And so if you're not a member, please pick up one of those forms. Become a member of one of the great organizations in the city, Anderson Black Expo, and we'll help a lot of people. Very quickly, donors recognize the importance of a newspaper to a struggling African American community. And so the paper began to get involved in community advocacy. It challenged, for example, such groups as the Ku Klux Klan. It challenged unfair employment practices. It challenged injustice wherever it was found, wherever it could be found. It championed, later championed people like Martin Luther King and even Malcolm X. It's a wonderful Indiana and national treasure. We are honored today to have Shannon Williams, the president and general manager of the Recorder, to speak to us briefly. Shannon, are you the youngest ever? Yes, she is. I think she's a lot younger than I am. But we've got a lot of stars here today. And they're not your hip-hop and whatever stars. They are serious professionals who are at the top of their game. And from everything I can see, they're mostly young and beautiful. Shannon, would you come up here and give us a little bit about your experience? Come right on. Our guest speaker, folks, is Shannon Williams.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here, and I'm not really talking about myself, but I will tell you that I've been in the Recorder for 15 years now. I'm the president, and I started right out of college and worked my way up from marketing to assistant editor and editor and vice president and now president. So it's truly a blessing to be living the dream that I've always had of becoming a journalist and working in the media industry. So thank you so much for being here. The premise is right. We have a lot of stunners here, and I'm excited and honored to be here to talk about some of them. I do want to formally acknowledge the mayor, who's got some great conversation over there, and also Tanya Bell, president of Indiana Black Expo. I am just really honored to be here, and I want to thank the board of directors for inviting me to speak at today's luncheon. Anderson Black Expo has done some amazing things in recent years, and the Recorder is proud to have a solid relationship with such an outstanding and committed organization. When Bruce initially contacted my office
about the possibility of me speaking, I was hesitant because May and June and July are really, really busy months for me. It's crazy. But then I said, I want to do it because Anderson, we've got a solid relationship and I want to support. But then I found out about the honorees. And I was like, oh man, I really have to do this because they are like awesome. They're all people I respect and admire. And I didn't know that you were all from Anderson. I was like, what? I had no idea. Right. I had no idea. I was like, who knew? It's like, this place is like the mecca for black journalists. And not just any black journalists, really, really good, talented, dedicated journalists who have made incredible strides in the profession. I'm not sure if pursuing journalism was just a thing to do down here or if it was actually something in the water, but I'm glad you all chose this particular career path because Indiana is better because of your day-to-day interactions. Because Indiana is better because of the stories you tell through your broadcasts, your videos, and your day-to-day interactions with the community. So thank you all. Before I get too deep into this topic of journalism in general, I thought it would be cool to switch things up a bit. So we're going to make it real fun and lighthearted. I thought it would be cool to switch things up and do something totally different. Something that makes journalists really, really, really uncomfortable. And that's telling stories about them. Yeah, we don't like to talk about ourselves, like I said. If there is one thing that journalists generally have in common, it is our swift ability to divert attention away from our personal lives. It's just something we do. I don't know what it is, but it probably has something to do with the fact that we like to, gather in newsrooms and in our news stations and talk about everybody else's lives. And we know where those conversations go, so we try to be really careful not to talk about our own. So today, I thought I'd turn the tides a bit by giving attendees a personal glimpse of each of you. Don't take it personally, we're just having fun. Look at Erica. I'm just having fun, but I did put my investigative skills to test, and I dug up some meaty information. Are you guys scared? You worried? Scared? You should be. You should actually be very, very, very afraid. No, I'm just kidding. I am going to divulge some little-known things about each of you, but since I do want to work in this profession, and I don't want y'all to jump me on the way out, I will honor our journalistic code of privacy and not mention anything that will call your character into question. But do know, I am a good investigative journalist, so I've got some dirt on y'all. I'm not going to say it though, so y'all can just pay me my hush money on the way out. Seriously though, in preparation for today, what I learned about each of these individuals is that they are just as genuine, compassionate, and even a bit as quirky as you might have imagined. While the work they do on air, behind the cameras, and in the community is considered glamorous to some, Andrea, Erica, Lisa, Tammy, Derek, and Otis are just regular folks. I know most of them personally, and I can attest to their level of authenticity. Speaking of authenticity, did you all know Andrea is a member of Team Natural? She's got those flowing locks are gorgeous and natural. She's like going to the cream crack, and so did I. And so when I say that's a big deal, it's a big deal. The struggle is real, especially on humid days and rainy days and when you're trying to exercise. Andrea is also a fitness fanatic who especially loves boxing and Zumba. Something else you may not know about her is that she is really Dr. Andrea Moorhead. Yeah, impressive, right? She has a PhD in law, and Andrea can also cook a mean meal. Mom and Dad are clapping on that. A friend of hers told me that she has this rum cake recipe that, and I quote, will make you real close to slapping your mama. That's true. Otis is another cook in the bunch, mostly during basketball and football playoffs. For years, Otis, or AJ, as he is often referred to, has made a, OJ, as he is often referred to, has made a tradition of cooking chicken wings, fries, and vegetables before every playoff game. And the meal has to be topped off with some ice cold beers. His wife says Otis destroys the kitchen each time he cooks. But the food tastes so good that the destruction is well worth it. One more interesting thing I found out about Otis is that he secretly believes he's Prince. Yeah. That's right, Purple Rain Prince. See, if we really wanted to front on him, we could ask him to come sing some lyrics, but I'm not going to do that, Otis. I'm not going to do that. He's a big fan of Purple Rain and Prince, so. Lisa Richardson is another food junkie. She loves the Food Network. She can literally watch cooking shows for hours before going into the kitchen to create her own rendition of the culinary delight. In addition to cooking, Lisa also loves to dance, and she's actually good at it. I heard the thing you want to do soon is take up ballroom dancing, but you're going to have to wait because I also heard your sweet thing has 2 left feet and can't dance. So. But journalism has always been close to Lisa's heart, and she rarely lets anything stop her from doing her job effectively. Years ago, while living in Ohio, Lisa was at one of her son's high school football games. This particular game happened to be in a less desirable part of town, and not long after the game began, gunshots rang in the air. Everyone hurried towards the exit. Everyone, that is, except Lisa. Yeah, Lisa knew police would eventually arrive on the scene and that the suspect might be apprehended. So instead of following the crowd towards safety, she stayed on the battleground and waited for the scoop. That's Lisa for you. Tammy Fly McCall is video editor at WRTV6. In the 23 years she has been with the company, she has developed quite a reputation from her coworkers. They call her the cleanest person in the newsroom. Her desk allegedly looks like someone's home and is incredibly neat. Actually, her friends and coworkers think she has a compulsive disorder. Tammy also has a lively sense of humor and is tremendously funny, and she is a huge science fiction fanatic. So much so that she watches the 24-hour Twilight Zone marathon every year on New Year's Day. Now on to Tammy's younger sister, Erica Fly. Erica, before I tell you anything, remember earlier I mentioned that journalists don't like sharing anything about their personal lives. I'm just going to let you know, Erica takes that to a whole different level. She is so private and very evasive. An example of Erica's evasiveness is evident in a personality profile featured on her station's website. She was very careful never to mention specifics. Here are a few of the questions and responses. Question: what is on your iPod? Erica's response: a wide variety of music. Question: what's on your DVR? Her response: mostly shows that make me laugh, but also shows that inspire me. Question: what is your favorite restaurant in India? Her response: I have too many to name. See what I mean? Very evasive, no specifics, likes to keep it general. Erica has been masterful at keeping her private life private, but there is one thing that I personally know about her. She never exercises. She has that amazing figure without any effort at all. And I just want to say that news like that is very depressing for someone like me who struggles with weight ratio. We don't want to hear that. Like, that's not fair. It's not fair. So thanks, Erica, for, affecting my self-esteem sometime. I appreciate that. Okay, Derek, it's your turn now. Many of you know Derek as the first African-American news reporter for Fox 59, but that phase of his life is done. He is doing something completely different now. He currently advocates for high school students and helps raise money for them to attend college. This is a big part of Derek's life, and he has raised significant amounts of money for students, yet few would know to what depths because of his humble demeanor. But here is something that will especially warm your hearts. As a child, Derek stuttered severely, and the speech impediment continued throughout his high school years. During that time, he was a member of the youth group at church, and he would often volunteer to pray. Now, this always made those Friday night services even longer. But Derek took everything in stride, and he often laughs about how irritated and upset the kids would get when he was allowed to pray. They didn't think that was fair. So as a teen, Derek was so determined to overcome his stuttering and become a reporter that every day he read the newspaper aloud in the mirror. The technique worked, and Derek conquered his stuttering and became a successful television reporter for well over 30 years. Derek's commitment to rid himself of stuttering is the same type of commitment each of today's honorees has had throughout the course of their careers. That type of determination and stamina in the industry comes in handy. Oftentimes, people don't understand the challenges of being a journalist. Instead, they admire the prestige of the job. They think it's cool to be on television and working behind the scenes to develop the next late-breaking story. And they think it's cool also to have good byline in the newspaper. And some people, of course, admire the perks of the job as well. Well, I'm sure today's honorees also share those sentiments. Such added benefits come second to other aspects of the job that can sometimes be a bit daunting. I'm not sure if you non-journalists in the room have considered this, but telling stories, be it from a reporter-anchor perspective or that of a photographer or editor, is hard, and the industry can weigh on its professionals. I have friends who have spent the better part of their lives working as journalists, but they left the profession, mainly because of the emotional distress caused by the job. Although it's our job, sometimes we don't want to report on this topic or shoot that image. Sometimes the sheer impact of our jobs and bearing witness to the unpleasant and often heart-wrenching things is so overwhelming that all we really want to do is retreat somewhere private where we can go, where we can be either alone or surrounded by a core group of people who we love and trust. And sometimes we want to watch mindless television, like those Food Network shows that Lisa checks out. We want to do this because it helps us separate ourselves from the ugly realities of the world that we report on. It can truly be a tough job. But I do have a question for the journalists here today, because I'm wondering if this only happens to you. Have you noticed, especially since becoming a journalist, that you're over-analytical? You overanalyze? Yeah. People tell me that all the time. They tell me to stop overanalyzing things. But I just shrug them off and simply tell them that this is what we are trained to do. We are trained to look at things from all perspectives and dig deep to gain a better understanding so we may more effectively educate the community. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to bet each journalist here today finds the most fulfilling aspect of their job is their ability to educate the public. And they do it so well, don't they? So think about this for a second. People turn on their televisions or open their newspapers to learn something. They do this regularly because they trust their news source. It is what I like to call continuous learning, even for those individuals who think they know it all. And each of you make that happen. After being in the industry for 15 years, the power of the media still continues to amaze me. Each of you touch people with your stories, your graphics, and your videos. You tell stories that change people's lives, that tug at the heartstrings of the public. Stories that foster a greater sense of awareness, and stories that can literally save someone's life. And as of late, you have also been telling stories about difficult topics too. Topics that make people feel uneasy, but stories that are necessary nonetheless. Stories like racism and sexism and discrimination and overwhelming violence. I look at journalism as a ministry of sorts. My personal belief is that not everyone can be a journalist. Sure, anyone can be trained in our field, but I think in order to be a true journalist, it has to be innate. While the information journalists provide has a solid foundation, I think there has to be something intrinsic within us that allows us to effectively convey the message. Derek has it, Otis has it, and so do Lisa, Andrea, Tammy, and Erica. Each of you also has the skill set, the passion, and the distinct ability to connect with the public in an effort to execute the mandates of the industry. Those characteristics are why you are successful, and that is really why you're being recognized today. The fact that you're all from Anderson is just icing on Andrea's rum cake. I am so proud of each of the honorees today. I'm proud because each of you traveled your own unique path to get to where you are today. I'm proud because the level of diversity at Indiana news stations and newspapers isn't as common as many may assume. Remember, not too long ago, Derek was the first black reporter at Fox 59. Now we have black women anchoring primetime slots at major networks. We have black photographers and editors serving in key roles behind the scenes. And we have blacks, albeit a few, at majority newspapers. So the media industry has made tremendous strides over the years, and I'm thankful to each honoree for your part in helping to make that happen. When I speak at functions like this, I often like to have like a call to action of sorts. Generally, it's directed at the entire audience, but today I thought I'd make it more specific to my colleagues. So I say to you, continue to be impactful. Continue to fight for the stories you know need to be heard, and continue to serve the community. The Indianapolis Reporter is celebrating 120 years this year. And when I think of the social and political climate of 1895, I can't help but see how far we have come as a people, but more specifically as a newspaper. The Reporter has a specific role in the community, and so do each of you at your respective outlets. Let's continue to be purveyors of truth. Let's continue to make a difference in the lives of everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a wonderful speech. We come to these events in Windbag. The exact things I was telling you. I went to the mountaintop and I've seen the promised land. Sammy gave us a glimpse of what journalism is all about, and we did it in a way to personalize it, to let us know that these geniuses from Anderson are ordinary people who love to dance and laugh and cook and sing. That is magic in that speech. Give her a hand. Okay, Bruce, what have you done to me now? We want to about this one. Present to you the awardees. But we're going to run a video. And if it isn't up already, you just push that button down there at the table. You probably have seen most of it, but we'll run that video. Please take some time to watch the videos. They'll give you the bio information. And then we're going to ask the awardees to come up to receive the presentations. Is that fair? Thank you.
Amazing, terrifying video. 2, 3 tornadoes caught on camera at the same time, where the storms are headed tonight. Teen tragedy. 2 students died in Houston water. Tonight, new information about a third teen who's still hospitalized. And Kenneth Wright, the new student has a violent criminal past. And tonight, we're hearing directly from one of Daniel Messer's victims. Fighting between police and even protesters in Baltimore. But so far tonight, we haven't seen as much violence as last night when rioters looted and burned several buildings. The law sure that Indianapolis is ready to respond if ever we face a similar situation. Our next report, in a long record of course.
Welcome to my world, IndyStar and IndyStar.com. Behind me is Anderson. This is where the state's largest news operation is. Growth. Some of the jobs represent positions that employees have been able to fill this office. Depends on you.
was Roger Brown, also known as the Roger, Mr. Clutch. Roger was the guy who wanted to take the shot when the game and the young was having a car accident. He couldn't work for 3 weeks, and his wife was off work for 6 months. The Salvation Army stepped in, helped with their rent and other necessities until they could get back on their feet. Roger's been a dedicated go-ringer for 15 years. He doesn't get up for money, but he says that's not why he does it. He does it because he loves people.
It's mine. Now give me that #1 television station. RTV6, Indianapolis this week.
And welcome to Indianapolis this week. I'm your Flavia Rafael Sanchez. And we begin today with the controversial right to work law in Indiana that is facing a new legal.
And the Indianapolis Schools are community partners with Colburn Place Safe Haven, which provides transitional housing.
It puts news every IndyChannel.com. Good morning to you. I'm Erica Fly. It's 7:56. I'm out of chapter. I'm the content coordinator here at RTV6.
What are the job responsibilities of a content coordinator?
I cut the video that you see in the newscast.
What are the challenges of that job?
The challenges are it's a time you have to cut the video at a time of action. Even if you're not ready, the show must go on.
You've been at RTV6 for a long time.
I've been at RTV6 for 23 years. 13 of those years as a content coordinator. The other years as a camera operator, as a production assistant, and I worked in the department. And I'd just like to say thank you for giving me this honor.
These 6 individuals as far as Anderson are receiving awards today because they've exhibited in both their personal and professional life. But the mission statement of ABE charges us to do. It states to be an effective voice and vehicle for the social advancement of African Americans. Party name ordinance, 374, which I think will help me with this. I know James will pick up this deal. But we do want to present to each one of you and have you make a few brief comments after the procedure. Yes, sir?
Thank you, Anderson Black Expo. This is an amazing day. It's always nice when the people who know you best recognize you for what you want to do. I couldn't have done any of this without the support of my family, of course. My parents in Anderson, my dad, you know, we were growing. My friends, and my Indianapolis family, I'll be listening to Susan, information director at this time. So I couldn't do any of that without their support. But also, I couldn't have achieved the things that I have without the village that was created around me here at Anderson. You know, the very first time that I met a political candidate, you know when it was? When I was 11, 12 years old, walking across the stage at Anderson High School when Bobby Kennedy came here to campaign. It was the very first political candidate I ever met. And in my career, of course, I've met many. But it all started here, from the West Side Community Center. Who remembers the center? Everybody does. Of course. I spent so many days and so many hours there with Mrs. Marietta Wright and Benjamin Street. They were mentors before the word mentor became popular. I was in Girl Scouts, 4-H. Who in an urban city is a 4-H member? I was. And it was because of those two ladies. I cannot stand here and accept an award and not mention them. Of course, Mary Alice Carter. I babysat for Kira, Kevin, and Corey. Corey was a week older than I was babysat. I was probably 13. But my point is that Anderson, for all those many years, for many of us, was the place where we got our start, and people who cared for us most, and were our foundation so that we could go on and do bigger and better things. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this recognition.
Thank you, Ms. Derek. Is Derek here? Thank you very much. How's everybody doing? I had a few things on my mind I want to say to you all. Appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me. And I have a few people I want to definitely recognize. I want to thank God, first of all, for taking a young black boy, turning him into a man, teaching him how to speak. Kind of like Moses, he needed Aaron, but he didn't give me an Aaron, so he just taught me how to speak for myself. Lisa, Tamby, Erica, Andrea. I remember Andrea when she was in college at Howard. She won the very first NABJ scholarship for a college student they gave out in 1988 in New York. And she was so good. Lisa was there, and we said, she's going to be a star one day. And we were right. We never told you that, but we were right. You became a star. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my wife. Actually, I met my wife because of journalism. I used to throw the biggest, baddest party at the National Association of Black Journalists every year. And I met my wife on a business trip to Atlanta looking at venues for the party. So that's how I met my wife. My kids are here, Alan, Derek, Lindsay, and Bree. And I'm proud of them. Some other people here that are very important to me. My stepmom is here. Andy Doris, love you. Stepdad, Dennis Davis, love you. Uncle Ellis and Uncle Willie, Uncle Willie Rowland, they challenged me mentally. They challenged me to see if I believed in what I knew I believed in, to see how mentally tough I was. It always challenged me. I love you for that. My dad, some kids have Power Rangers and Transformers. I have my own superhero. His name is Lavelle Wilkerson. He's my superhero. And my mother, Pauline Rowland Davis, she means everything to me. Okay. My mom gave me that foundation of Christianity and belief. Went to church like 3-4 days a week. And they drilled the Lord in me, so I couldn't get them out. But she also taught me to dream big. Dream big at all times. Moving right along, my grandmother, Willie Mae Wilkerson, she was always in that Anderson Public Library reading program. So she taught me the value of reading. Then Pauline Rowland, my grandmother's gone. We watched the news every day. So I thought, I guess I needed a newspaper subscription. So I got that and started reading it. I didn't know that wasn't like normal type stuff for kids.
But I didn't know I was also being trained for my future career. The thirst for information and knowledge. I love that. As we keep moving, it is so much fun to have a job, to have a career that you love going to every day. That's a privilege. That's what journalism did for me. Coming to Fox 59, my buddy Otis Jones is responsible. He called me up one day. I was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I was thinking about going to Norfolk, Virginia, or to Dallas. No, Will, man, you got to come here, man. We got all kinds of brothers and stuff here. I had never worked in a newsroom before with other black people until I came to Indianapolis. We had 3 black photographers: Otis Jones, Marvin Carter, and Charles Fitz. Then the book, they had a black meteorologist, Chris Wright. So I was like, man, I'm in heaven. So that was a big deal. But there was also pressure because I was coming home and I was going to represent my city of Anderson. I was going to represent my family. That's a lot of pressure because you can't have people walking around saying, he's all right, he ain't really that good. And your family has to hear that. But I consider it a responsibility and a privilege to be able to be a positive role model, to be on television, so that young black boys and young black girls can see me on TV and think that maybe one day I could become a news journalist. And you know what? I've had people over the years tell me that I should emulate you on TV. I should get in the mirror and pretend I was Derek Wilkerson. And I got to tell you, one of the guys that did it, who became great at what he does, Anthony Calhoun, the sportscaster. He's from Evansville, Indiana. He told me that one day. I said, wow, Anthony, thank you for telling me that, because that shows that that's just one example that our image, what we do, is very important. It's not just about us. It's about being a good representative of our community. So, without further ado, thank you very much. It is truly an honor to be honored by my hometown. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I was not going to have to say anything. I do not have anything prepared, so I was hurriedly jotting down some notes as I was sitting there, some things that I wanted to say and didn't want to leave out. So I'm going to read off from my iPhone here. First, I want to thank the Black Expo, Anderson Black Expo, also Tanya Bell. Thank you so much for this honor. I really appreciate it. I also want to thank my mother, who is sitting right here, my Aunt Lana, who came to support me, and my Aunt Judy, who came to support me as well. I really do appreciate that. And my mom, I drag her around everywhere that I go. Every event that I have, every speaking engagement, every appearance, I take my mom with me. So she is truly my right-hand man. My colleagues, you all are truly my role models. So I appreciate all that you do, all that you stand for, and all that you've meant in my life. I am so proud to be an Anderson native. I tell everyone that. They say, where are you from? I say, Anderson. You know where Anderson is? Some people who aren't from here, who are new to our station, and I tell them that. I tell them all about the wonderful things in Anderson. I truly had a perfect childhood. And when I say that, I don't take that lightly. It was perfect, from the home life to the schools to the city. So many proud memories here. And so the fact that you are honoring me means a great deal to me. I'm shy. You probably would not ever imagine that. I used to hide behind my sister, my older sister Tamby, when we would go out somewhere trick-or-treating, for instance. I'd hide behind her while she would ask for the candy because I didn't want to say anything to anyone. When we go somewhere on a trip and we're on the airplane, I make her sit in the middle seat so she can talk to the person next to us and I don't have to say anything. I'm a really shy person, and it's really funny how I ended up in this career. But I just want to say, to God be the glory. because that's how I ended up here, and it's for a greater purpose than I even know. So, yeah. Thank you all so very much for this honor again. Thank you.
Thank you. Otis Jones. He'll get up here eventually.
Very brief. Don't tell me. Anyway, I would like to say thank you for this award. This is it's very nice, and I do appreciate it. I really didn't have anything written down, but I want to thank my mom, my wife, my brother, sister, 2 sons. When I first started this business 33 years ago, I never thought that just working in journalism, picking up that camera would take me to the places that I've been and things that I've seen. And one of the things that I was thinking about, this morning when I woke up, this person thought about my dad, because throughout my career, he always wanted a hat for whatever station, whatever. ESPN, NBC, that was the first thing. He always take the hat that I had, or just think about him. I'm just proud.
Thank you. Doctor, and Moorhead.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Oh, all right. You all can do better than that. Good afternoon, everyone. I am so humbled to be here today and to be honored by IBE. My time in Anderson was wonderful. As Erica says, I grew up in the best city in America. I grew up in the best city in America, and I am definitely not ashamed to talk about it. I'm from Anderson, Indiana. A lot of folks, when we go out and speak, they always say, "You're from Indianapolis." I say, "No, I'm from Anderson." I own that, because this city was so very good to me. My time with IBE goes all the way back to when I was 14 years old, when I became the Black Expo Junior Queen, and then I was representing the city of Anderson as well as the state, on the state level during the pageant time. I also served, I remember speaking for the Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration, which was my first foray into public speaking when I was 15 years old. Then I also remember, thanks to someone here who I saw earlier this afternoon, who said, "I remember you when you used to work at the Dairy Queen on 109. So thank you for reminding me that was 30 years ago. But I have fond memories of the city of Anderson. Even going back with the original folks that I used to work with at IBE, which was Julia Lewis, Terry Taylor, and Faye Johnson. I commend them for their hard work and dedication years ago, because they're the ones who got me involved in IBE. So I thank them, I thank their legacy, and I thank the organization and all that you all do for the city of Anderson and really across our state. I know you said for us to be brief, but when you give a journalist a microphone, it's hard for us to be brief. But I just want to leave you all with something this afternoon. I got into this business because I wanted to make a difference. I got into the business because I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. So when I come back to Anderson and talk to kids and tell them that they can be whatever they want to be, that really is the truth. They can be whatever they want to be. I tell them to dream big dreams. There's nothing that God will give you whatever you want. He will give you the desires of your heart. If you want to be a journalist, you can be a journalist. If you want to be an engineer, you can be an engineer. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to be, dream big dreams. But I also remind people that no matter how old you get, as older adults, we still have dreams, do we not? There's still things that we want to accomplish. And so, even though you all see me on the news every day, and you all think that I have reached the top, there's so much more that I want to do, because I know that God has given me the skill set to really be a voice for the voiceless. 3 years ago, I started a production company with my husband, and including my mom and dad, and we want to use the knowledge that I've gained in journalism to really help tell the true story of African Americans. We all watch television right now. What we all see, these reality shows, they are horrible. They do not depict us in the light that I know that we are, the goodness of who we are as African Americans. So my prayer is that as God continues to work with me at 13, that He also allows my production company to flourish, because I really want to produce quality programs that tell the true diaspora of who we are as African Americans. It's not easy. It's been very, very challenging to get networks to pick up shows that are positive. But as my mom and dad say, if God is for you, who can be against you? As I know, God has purposed in my heart to do something good with the skill set that He has given me. And so no matter how long it takes, if I'm 90 years old, if I'm able to live to be that old, it will take me, no matter how long it takes, I will continue to work to make sure that we have something on TV that we are proud of watching. I took my son, my husband, and I to Washington, D.C. recently, and we went to the Frederick Douglass House, which is overlooking the Capitol, overlooking Washington. And when you know about his story, you realize how blessed he was. But one word that really stuck out to me was agitate. 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 That's what we as journalists are here for. We are to agitate and to really make sure that people hear our voices, no matter how uncomfortable it may make other people feel. That is our role in journalism. So no matter how long it takes, we are going to continue to be the voice of the voiceless. We are going to continue to agitate. We are going to continue to push the envelope and make people feel uncomfortable if that's what it takes. So in closing, thank you all so much for ABE. Thank you so much for this honor. I'm truly humbled by it. And anytime Anderson needs me, you can always count on me. I'll always be before you. Thank you all so much. And have a great day.
Thank you, Andrew. Black.
It's me again. Tammy could not be here today because she had a prior engagement, but she wanted me to send her appreciation to all of you for this award. Tammy is behind the scenes at Channel 6. She's been behind the scenes for 22 years, which is amazing because, as I told you guys, I was the shy person. Tammy is the outspoken person. She's always been that way. And it's amazing that I ended up in front of the camera and she's behind the camera. It's funny how God works, but that's how it worked out. She doesn't get a whole lot of recognition because she's behind the camera, but her job is just as important, if not as important as mine is. She's responsible for all the video that goes into the newscast. Otis goes out and shoots the video, they bring it in and sometimes turn it over to Tammy, and she's responsible for cutting that video down and putting it on the news. So she's a vital part of this operation. And Tammy has led the way for me. She's 3 years older than me. So I literally followed in her footsteps. She went to Ball State. I decided I wanted to go to Ball State. She picked a career in telecommunications journalism. I decided I wanted to pick a career in journalism. She got a job at Channel 6. I decided I was going to work at Channel 6. So she really has been an inspiration and a role model to me in my career and in life as well. And she's one of the best sisters you could ever have. So thank you on Tammy's behalf.
Thank you so much. One more hand for all of our awardees. Where is Jan? Jan, we need you for a very special baby.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask Shannon Williams if she'd make her way to the front. Shannon Williams. Shannon is the president and general manager of the Indianapolis Recorder. Let's give her a hand as she comes in. Shannon, on behalf of the Anderson chapter of Indiana Black Expo, we'd like to present you with an award and also to thank you for all that you do both personally and professionally for the citizens of Indiana with the Indianapolis Recorder. We thank you for your inside look into journalism and the life of a journalist and appreciate your joining us today.
And now, Judy? She's over there talking for time. There is, we have a special award, I believe, for represented by Tiny Bell. Is that right?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Helen Hayes, and I'm the Chapter Development Director with Indiana Black Expo. Actually, tomorrow is my last day. I have worked 24 years with Indiana Black Expo, and it has been a blessing to me. At this time, I would like to give a special award to Judy. Actually, it's not a special award because we did recognize them at our annual statewide conference in April, the end of April this year. And the Anderson chapter was the host chapter. And being the host chapter, it takes a whole lot of work and preparation. And this year was kind of challenging for us. And so I wanted to show Judy and her chapter appreciation for all that they've done to help make that statewide conference a success. So Judy, thank you so much for that. And we really appreciate you hosting the chapter here, the statewide here in Anderson. Anderson has always done a wonderful job when it comes to hospitality and making people feel at home. And so we want to thank you for that.
Thank you. Anyway, my name is Willie Stroman. I'm the chapter president for the Kokomo chapter and also co-chair of the chapter development committee. And I too want to say thanks to the Anderson chapter for actually hosting the statewide conference because a lot of work and planning going into for the statewide conference. And we would too just like to say thank you very much. And also, some of you may or may not know that Anderson has been recognized third year in a row as being the chapter of the year. So why don't you give them a round of applause? There were several other chapters that the statewide is really challenging the Anderson chapter for this fourth round. So we'll see what happens on this next year. Again, thank you very much to the Anderson chapter.
Fourth year, and this must be third year. Okay. We want Tiny first, and then Judy. And we'll let you go soon.
Good afternoon. First, I have a lot of thank yous. I do want to thank Mayor Smith for his continued support of the Anderson chapter, for your leadership, and even what you're doing with respect to the summer celebration that's going on here. So thank you so much, Mayor, for your support. And again, to echo Willie and Helen's comments, I also want to congratulate the Anderson chapter for being chapter of the year for the third time this year. You guys are doing some amazing things from a programmatic standpoint within the city. And so thank you so much for taking the leadership with the State of Our Black Youth Report and all of the different programs that you're doing here. And I thank you, Judy, for your tremendous leadership. So thank you so much. I also want to thank Shannon Williams for agreeing to keynote today, but also for everything that you do in the community throughout the state of Indiana and Indianapolis. So thank you so much for your leadership. And then I just want to say, Anderson is on the map. I did not know all of the honorees. I'm like, are you kidding me? Wow. So I just want to say Anderson is on the map, and I also just want to say thank you for everything that you are doing in the community. And we were able to watch the video up there, and what the video did not show is all of the tremendous work that you do to continue to highlight the issues that impact the African American community throughout the state of Indiana and right here in central Indianapolis in Anderson. And so thank you so much for not only that, but also for always being a great partner to Indiana Black Expo. Indiana Black Expo would not be where it is today without you, without your buy-in, without the phone calls that we make for you to go that extra mile. So thank you so much for everything that you've done on behalf of Indiana Black Expo. And then real quick, I just want to acknowledge, I think that there are a couple of board members, a few board members in here today. Those board members of Indiana Black Expo, can you please stand and be recognized? Thank you so much for your continued leadership. I didn't think you were going to stand for a minute there. Thought you forgot or something. And then just lastly, I really hope to see all of you guys. As you know, this is a busy season for us because we're planning for our primary fundraiser in July. And so hopefully I will see all of you in the room in Indianapolis for summer celebration. Concert lineups are already out, but we are doing some great things. And so I'm very excited because after Memorial Day weekend, we will have some really great and I think some bold announcements for the upcoming summer celebration. So I'm going to put my plug in to all these journalists here now. When those announcements come out next week, I might give y'all a call. But please come and just understand that, yes, you hear a lot about the entertainment and the excitement, but it is a fundraiser. We do what we do, and we've been doing it. It's our 45th annual summer celebration, and we do that to raise dollars in order for us to put on year-round programs throughout the state of Indiana. So please come out to support it if you can. And so thank you so much for being here today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to say thank you to everyone for supporting our luncheon. A lot of work has went into getting ready for this. I have an awesome corporate luncheon committee. Bruce actually chairs it and his wife co-chairs it. So they have really done an awesome job along with Vera Mangan, who's not here today. But I want to first say thank you to all of the honorees. We love you. We appreciate everything that you do, have done, and will continue to do for this, not only this community, but for the entire state. I mean, we really do appreciate it. Shannon, thank you. You did a beautiful job. We appreciate along with the partnership that Anderson Black Expo has with you. We appreciate everything that you do. Primus, thank you for being our MC today. Hoosier Park has done an awesome job with helping prepare for this. They always do. Mark Thacker, who's over the event planning, he does a tremendous job of communicating, working with you, and everything. So he's done a really good job. I want to name my board members. I don't see everybody down here, but Bruce Walker, Bruce, will you stand up, is my vice president. Jan Mansfield is my state rep. Vita May is the treasurer. Debbie Godfrey is the secretary. And then our board members are Kenny Moore, Marilyn Goree, Carolyn Parker, Lucretia Hathcock, Daniel Simmons, and Charlie Turner. So we do a lot of work, and we'll continue, hopefully, to do a lot of good things in this community, but it's not possible without the work of everyone. So I do want to say that even though we have a planning committee, it takes the entire board to make sure that everything is done and done smoothly. Our vendors, I want to say thank you to each of our vendors. Anderson Community Schools Video Institute, we thank you for coming out to support our event along with the superintendent and the principal. Our music, Gordon Brooks, the maestro. And then I want to give special recognition to Helen from the Anderson chapter. We love you. We appreciate everything that you have done over the years, and we wish you the best as you move on to your next transition to the next chapter of your life. Tanya and all of the board members, we appreciate your support, along with our sponsors. My son's up there waving his hand like telling me, okay, Mom, that's it. And I will say, I am shy as Erica is. I don't know how I get thrown into the front. I like to be behind the curtain. But he needs to stop. But for our sponsors, if you look on the back of your brochure, you'll see all of our sponsors on the back. And I just want to briefly say, Anderson Black Expo has a literacy program that has grown from 8 to 62 registered children. And a couple of weeks ago, Erica actually did a story, and it aired on Channel 6 on the Anderson Black Literacy Program. So if you get a chance, go to channel6.com and IndieChannel.com, and you can see that story online. We are in the process of partnering with Stefan Blackwell at the Ginger Center, and we're getting ready to start a chess club. That's a chess club and a mentoring club. So we'll be working on that. And we're looking at a math boot camp. So those are just some of the things at Anderson Black Expo that we're doing. At this time, I'm going to turn it back over to the MC.
Thank you, Judy. Reverend Morel, could you close us out, please? And thank you all so much for coming.
blessing, the benediction. Now may the grace of God, may the love of his Son, your brother, my brother, Christ Jesus, and the infilling of the Holy Spirit rest and abide each one henceforth and forevermore. And the people of God say, God bless you.